All right, we're down here picking up 71. Dad's gonna try cranking 44. We may end up buying it, I don't know. Batteries are dead, we'll have to try boosting it. It's an air force up, folks. Get my trip permit taped up in the window. You can buy these trip permits. They're $5 as long as you got insurance on the vehicle, which ain't bad. Got our booster cables hooked up here, letting that charge just a little bit. We'll try it. I don't think anybody's messed with this in 4 or 5 months. So, well, let's try it a little bit without it, and then if it don't, I'll put some in it. This one's got good tires on it. This one here's about wore out. The rest of them good. Does it have the wait to start light? I ain't got enough connection. Still can't get a good. Yeah, it's not. Try it there. Couldn't get a good connection on my boosters. It fired right up. That's 7.3. We got it building air now. The air dryer was just stuck on it. This one's got a side emergency door here. Pretty neat. Both these buses are pretty good shape for their age. Pretty good shape. Not directly, just that bus on the side there. Straight back. See? This one's geared just a little higher than the other one. Set your brake. Alright. Been waiting on this day for 22 years. I wanted to buy this bus ever since I was probably about the 8th or 9th grade. I always said when they retired it, I was going to bid on it. Oh, thank you. So, it actually happened. Now, can we drive it?
Noticed the bus was smoking a little bit earlier, but now it's just a little bit of smoke when it accelerates. It's where it's been run. Hadn't been run for a while. Had a lot of smoke coming out of it. Now it's cleared up. See, it's not any smoke at all coming out of the exhaust pipe. Just stopping to check some things out here before we go on up the mountain. Here we go. Just leave it on landing. We'll show these steep curves. We got a couple of real steep curves coming up. That's where your front end of the bus just about meets the back end when it goes around them. A lot of room to pass a vehicle on curves like this when you got a long bus. Take your time. I've driven this route here for 3-4 years on this particular road. I've driven 40 some years altogether, about 44 years on bus driving, in addition to my teaching and principal work.
Heavier with this body on there. It's a little hard to judge the power between this and my truck. I believe my truck's turned up just a little more. Got just a little more power. But now this engine can be turned up quite a bit. Because it's got the P pump, the big pump. The injector pump on this thing's almost new. Well, it's a few years old, but it ain't been run. It's got a fairly new clutch in it. Turbo spool's good. It steers. I would 10 times rather drive this bus than on a regular run than I would my new one, C2. Better. Be nice to have a little better seat, air ride seat. An international school bus, this style, is the best steering bus I have ever been in. They don't turn as tight, I ain't saying that, but they don't have any wobble to them. tell you, I'm gonna measure them one day. But I believe that old bus is longer than the new ones. I think there's more room between the seats, more leg room. Don't know. We'll find out. We'll do some measuring and find out. But I gotta move my red truck, so I can take this 71 down there and park it. I almost put you on the way of my mirrors. Several of you asked how much a bus would cost, and I guess it depends on the interest in it. Well, I'll lean over and turn my wire on. I don't have to park over in the middle. It's too long to park there. But where they do sealed bids, we had no idea if anybody bid on it, had bid on it, or whatever. But we bid $1,600, a little over $1,600, kind of an odd number. Just to make sure it didn't match up with somebody else's if they was to bid that. And that's what we got it for. They didn't have that much interest in all the buses they had. And there's another one, that 44. We'll probably get it. Dad, if he buys it, probably be about $1,000. The starting bid was $1,000, but I didn't want to take any chances. I've not been able to get this one, but I didn't want to get it crazy expensive either with it, so. Old school buzzer. Thing got some good heat in it. Real good heat. Well, we're getting ready to head out of here with bus number 2. Well, bus number 44, but the second bus. So, we'll catch back with you probably when we get home. This T444 engine, I mean, this is a really, really good running bus and handling bus. But when it comes to power, it's pretty sick compared to the 466. It's almost a lot like driving my 6.9 truck, the red International, versus my white truck when you compare these two buses. This one has an excellent transmission, the engine runs good if Dad decides to keep it. Makes some good running gears for that red truck. I wouldn't give it a whole lot more power, but it would have some more power. Nothing compared to the 466 though, just nothing when it comes to pulling heels. But its transmission is quite really good transmission. It's geared identical to the red International, absolutely identical to it. But we're almost home. Right over there is the house.